Hello, and welcome back to Goetia. We just went through words. The photo maze. A series of occult annotations. Curious, inattentive, discreet, passionate, calm, dismissal or banishment for Nibirius. Okay, so that opened up the other zones. But I will admit it's been long enough that I'm like, man, these photographs have a very wintry feel. I feel dizzy. This is unpleasant. I'd rather turn back. Diagrams and symbols, nothing I can make out. Some mixed pictures and symbols. It looks like a draft. I don't understand. That gate and that silhouette. Could it be Seth? Seth! My cat! Is that you? Oh. Kit Kat. Oh. It's gone. It's back. Where is he going? Oh. Seth, come back. Wait for me. This can't be right. How in God's name, or the devil's perhaps, does this tower still stand? That is a great question. All these creased notes. The experiments were a bit random, apparently. The impact seems to have come from the sigil painted on the wall. Somebody must have misread the recipe. I never should have crossed over. This was a very bad idea. What's happening to me? Good Lord. This device looks more like what I know. Such a shame I never used my talents as a locksmith. I recognize this blanket. It was my cat's favorite. A few scribbled notes. 12th of November, 1940. My labyrinth is complete. I feel a curious mixture of excitement and peace of mind. When I'm inside, I feel a profound quietude. There, I feel safe. Each part of this labyrinth is connected to a memory, firmly established in the real world, today's world, that is still protected. Here's my work. Gabriel Hodgkin's whole life right in front of you. With this task complete, I still can't help myself wondering what would become of me should the object be a compass, a book, a pen. What about a living being? Despite my thirst for knowledge, I know that time is of the essence, something I don't find frustrating at all. My new existence will start very soon, and I couldn't be happier. I feel sorry for Alexander, who remains anxious about the whole idea, but I understand his fears, even if I deem them childish and unjustified. What will Robert and Edward think when they learn about this project? This anxiety, however, is only temporary. Nothing can overcome this state of abandon, this blessed state of the soul, and the sweet clarity that comes with it. So it is, and so it has been written. Soon I will join Father in his garden, in an era where only the immediate present matters, a present that is thin but infinite. The roar of the machines and the explosions tear through our skies more every day. Every night I can hear bombers over the roofs. May the war spare Blackwood and Oakmarsh. Coventry wasn't so lucky. Time is short, and I fear we might not have time to finish the preparations. A small dark room. Fantastic. Nothing esoteric in these books, for a change. They're just technical manuals. No labels on these, but I suspect they're chemical products. This box is familiar. Annie. Seth, at last! I beg you, don't leave me alone here. Still looking for the highest hiding place you can find. Do you want this blanket, Seth? Let me find a way to bring it to you there. I can't inhabit it? Black. No. Black. No, no. I won't go any higher. I guess I'll have to come back. I have a lot more open to explore still, too. Where is my journal? Back to Blackwood, the observatory. The tower is merely a shadow of its former self. It used to be an annex of the library. It seems to be Gabriel's laboratory now. If my nephew is still in Blackwood, I suspect this would be the perfect refuge for him. From what I read, he'll have answers to my numerous questions. I'm so scared, so cold. Something's blocking me. I can't go any further, and this time it's nothing to do with the usual demons. This tower makes me anxious. I don't see or hear anything different from before, though. How can I rid myself of this fear and reach the upper floors? I shudder to think about it. I can't go any further. I can't control myself. I'm too scared. But Seth is here somewhere. I can feel it. Seth, please, show yourself. Guide me. Then there was this. My nephew, it still feels strange to say, was indeed conducting research on the Goetia, together with Annie. In this maze, his maze led me to a part of his labors. If this sigil, as I suspect it is Nibirius's opposite sigil, I should be able to reach the upper floors without hindrance. I don't think I ever fully finished exploring the other zones that were made available to me. I remember these bottles. They must have been here for a long time. The tap on this oak cask is covered in rust. Some are empty, others full. It's wine, apparently. Or maybe vinegar. Solitary tasting session. What am I supposed to find among all this rubbish? I don't know. A milk can. It's empty. That's probably for the best. Oh. Whoa. The founders of Blackwood, the family is ever grateful. Oh, I think this is everybody that's, like, supported the game's development. That's awesome. I didn't know the manor had a cellar. It doesn't seem new, though. The mechanism's cables go down this well. Each clue takes me deeper underground. What am I what am I going to find down there? What? That's my portrait. Oh, these candles. It's like a mausoleum. I don't feel at ease here. No chain, and no picture inside either. This pendant looks so lonely. Its shape is quite unusual. Fields of stone. I'm glad I don't have a use for this infernal machine. I don't have to use this infernal machine. It looks stuck anyway. Whoever was responsible for the decoration here either had very eclectic tastes or no taste at all. Some registers and other account books from 1821 to 1914, and then nothing. I don't know why that scared me. A collection of poems by one W.B. Yeats. The Cat and the Moon. The cat went here and there, and the moon spun round like a top. And the nearest kin of the moon, the creeping cat, looked up. Black Minnalosh stared at the moon, for wander and wail as he would. The pure cold light in the sky troubled his animal blood. Minnalosh runs in the grass, lifting his delicate feet. Do you dance, Minnalosh? Do you dance? When two close kindred meet, what better than call a dance? Maybe the moon may learn, tired of that courtly fashion. A new dance turn, Minnalosh creeps through the grass. From moonlit place to place, the sacred moon overhead has taken a new phase. Does Minnalosh know that his pupils will pass from change to change, and that from round to crescent, from crescent to round they range? Minnalosh creeps through the grass, alone, important and wise, and lifts to the changing moon his changing eyes. The Saint and the Hunchback. Hunchback, stand up and lift your hand and bless a man that finds great bitterness in thinking of his lost renown. A Roman Caesar is held down under his hump. Saint, God tries each man according to a different plan. I shall not cease to bless because I lay about me with the taws, that night and morning I may thrash Greek Alexander from my flesh, August Caesar, and after these, that great rogue Alcibiades. The Hunchback. To all that in your flesh have stood, and blessed, I give my gratitude, honored by all in their degrees, but most to Alcibiades. Not sure what we need that for. Whoa. Gold father, silver mother. Iron is brother and copper is sister. I'm not sure. I know we'll need this. I'm not sure what we'll need it for. Oh, yet more paperwork. I don't quite fancy exploring the financial history of the Blackwoods. Suitcase reminder. Mother, Edward, father, Robert. Oh. A concave shape. Some sort of receptacle? I can't see anything. And turn on a light. I don't know. Some cleaning products. Someone doesn't leave anything to chance. It's liquid. shiny and slightly sticky. I can't smell it, but it looks like petrol. Some new and unknown machine. Maybe I can turn it on. I don't even know if it works. What could it be used for? Kinda looks like a generator. The needle's at the bottom. Can I take this? No? Can't see anything in here either. Oh. That's where I came from, right? Yeah. Can I go up at all? No. Well, it doesn't seem like I can do anything in there just yet. Okay. The realm of stone. I found a recess in the alcove. Its oval shape makes me think it wasn't created for storage, but rather to hide a mechanism or some other form of access. The archives lead to a shelter. I'm not sure whether it was there when I was still alive. It's been used by someone. I can see several ventilators, supplies, and food, but nothing else because the light is too dim. There must be a lighting system, but I'm not sure if I can bring it under my control. I think I found the power source in the machine at the bottom of the ladder. If it's simple enough, maybe my childhood experiments will help. I hope the mechanism won't be too complex. Childhood experiments. Strange. Oh, I can take this. A can, some petrol, and now a can full of petrol. Good. Very good. These characters look like ancient Arabic, not a language I'm familiar with. Some labels are still legible enough. Rusula, Aurea, Sage, Royal Fern. That's a puzzling set. A pepper mill that contains some unknown powder. This vent is still clear. I can feel a light breeze coming in from it. The symbol is drawn on the flask. 3 concentric circles around a triangle. Some notes and several recipes, or maybe chemistry formulas. Protection. Recipe... Lys... Alemia? More Rusulus and Cyano... Santa? 1 or 2 extra pinches of powder. Try it with this. Works without crystals as well. Check with, I think that was water? To dissipate? Only the nutrients present in the rock feed the tree. Still, its vitality suggests that so... Nothing else is feeding it generously. Merely touching its roots leaves me exhausted, panting and drained. I can scarce imagine the consequences of such strangeness. The red color of the wood turns brownish when plunged into water. Propagating it through cuttings is impossible. One of the leaves stuck to my skin for a few minutes. Red streaks colonized its center, but left no mark on my skin. Strange. This tree is almost red. I feel dizzy touching it. How can a plant like this survive with no light? Bottles filled with plants, mushrooms, dried leaves, and algae? The stained glass is lit up by a lamp from behind. It's quite beautiful, but rather odd. Okay. Electricity just takes a little logic to master. I should thank Mother and Father for fueling my natural curiosity. The modern age is no match for me now. Well then, let's explore this shelter. This room was used as a workshop for chemistry or alchemy. I doubt the plants mentioned in this journal are of this world. However, and their origin escapes me. One thing in particular intrigues me, though. The journal mentions Bune. If he left some trace here, I should look into it. I might find some answers. I suppose I need to align these symbols in the right order, whatever it is. I only have a few seconds to do so, and I didn't manage to restore power to every room. Oh. It doesn't take an expert to tell me that some fuses are missing. Got it. So that's the only one I can move. Let me actually... Oh. Oh, new notes. Not exactly surprising. This is in 1938. Generator overhaul. Done. Fixing lights in the laboratory. Done. Take the supplies to the bunker. Lift overhaul. Done. Replace the fuse in the crypt's switchboard. Draw a plan of the bunker. Study plant sample as far away from the manor as possible. Cords, measures, small shovels, picks, a true archaeologist's arsenal. Nobody will be angry at me for borrowing them, I suppose. A range of supplies, not much else. Alright, the suitcase note was in here. Mother, Edward. Father, Robert. So... it's silver, iron, gold, iron, I think. But what does that mean? Hmm. Oh. Where is gold? I mean, there's gold, but I don't see gold on here. I don't have a number for it either. Hmm. There we go. Oh. So Mary had Jonathan and Elizabeth, Edwig, John, Alistair, Arthur, Abraham, Lydia, Robert, Abigail, and Annie. All of these people are passed. And then she had Gabriel, Alexander, Robert, and Edward. Notes on the history of the Blackwoods. Judging by the notes I could gather here and there, and the research led by my ancestor, the first traces of the Blackwoods date back to the beginning of the 19th century. There are only sparse hints. Most of the useful information is from the last 2 centuries. The Manor. According to the Register of Births, Blackwood Manor is fairly recent in the family's history. The residence located close to Oakmarsh Village was the fiefdom of the Blackwoods since its construction in 1623. I couldn't find where the Blackwoods came from before that. However, the manor as we know it today has little in common with the old building. Some parts have been added to the building, more or less in harmony with the original plan. The aviary, in particular, was one of Sir Edward Blackwood's whims. It was built between 1975 and 1978. The upper floors were apparently added on made higher. The tower that we named the observatory is the last piece of the set and was added in 1812. As for the location of the manor, it seems it was built on the ruins of a medieval stronghold itself, built on ruins from the Roman era. Such news of a place is hardly uncommon, but there are few traces of its past nowadays. I managed to find a plan mentioning the old building in the eastern part of the estate, nevertheless. Additionally, our ancestor Jonathan Blackwood sponsored the archaeological mission on his estate in 1856. Numerous objects from the Roman era between 60 and 70 AD were unearthed. Pottery, amulets, cutlery, a few coins. With this discovery, Jonathan Blackwood became an honorary member of the London Society of Archaeology. A second team was commissioned to pursue further for research, but the results are not mentioned anywhere. For some unknown reason, the main contractor seems to have disappeared, along with his workers and equipment, without even asking for payment. This last detail intrigues me. A simple disagreement between Jonathan Blackwood and the contractor would not have been cause for him to forget about remuneration. I believe he fled after discovering something in the manor's basement, though the thought is both terrifying and fascinating. Among Blackwood's architectural curiosities, one in particular is noteworthy. The church is located in the center of Eldwich, a peculiar choice for a place of worship. The closest building is the watchtower. It was built in the 16th century and marks the limit of the estate. Crossing the forest in order to pray is quite the experience. I suppose this place was chosen for a reason, but what reason it may be escapes me. The history of this building is rather hectic. The first church was built in the 13th century and destroyed in 1537 when Henry VIII ordered the dissolution of the monasteries. Sir William Whitegate, Bishop of Coventry, had it rebuilt in 1551. It was completed in 1556. No mass has been celebrated there since the start of the century. The Blackwood lineage. There are several hypotheses regarding the origins of the Blackwood family, but it is quite difficult to make sure this information is indeed accurate. Some think that it is a branch of the Douglas clan, which changed their name when they left the lowlands. In any case, everyone seems to agree that the lineage is of Scottish origin. There is a mention of a departure from Stirlingshire in the 14th century, when the first Blackwoods settled in the Western Midlands. About the same time they were ennobled. Though the first Blackwoods' exploits cannot be denied, their descendants chose different occupations. One branch of the family has been known for its research in medicine and the study of the human body from the 17th century. It includes a few talented individuals, such as Cole Blackwood, who incurred the wrath of both the public and the church. As a court physician, he seemed to have an interest in studies that were morally reprehensible. Few documents mention the rest of his life, but there were numerous rumors of sorcery and necromancy. True or not, Cole Blackwood seems to be at the base of the dark reputation of our lineage. Since then, our family has never stopped studying the sciences. This passion found its way into the family motto in 1742. Percipere, docere. Educate, teach. A credo that seems to connect the Blackwood lineage to a common goal that goes beyond our simple existence, and one that I am exceptionally fond of. This trait might become more and more pronounced with each generation. Father's obsession with education, research, and culture, in its broadest sense, has influenced my youth. In my own concept of science and our lineage, I understand the full extent of it now. Though the Blackwood family now has numerous descendants, they all share this particular link in spite of the distance. We now have two professors, my father, a teacher of literature, a researcher in biology, and two physicians. The suitcase. I'm discovering vast sections of our family's history. Father was never very talkative about it. We had a few cousins, but I never met them. Only branches of the family tree, but still, there are so few of us left nowadays. It's true. A full circle. A sphere? And a star? The name has been removed from this one. You can almost make out about a dozen names on the back of this tombstone, but they're all illegible. There's a raven carved into this one, and a swan. W.H. I don't see any name on this tombstone. Okay. So we have a full circle, a sphere and a star, a swan and a raven, and then on the other wall we have... I might need another fuse. What if I take this journal, like, back out? What is that? I'll leave this here, because I can actually possess a different object from the same room. I'll see if it shows me anything. Oh. Oh, wait. I was in here. Oh, this cursed plant is an infection. May it never leave these tunnels. I considered setting it on fire, but I cannot bring myself to do it. The catacombs cough up more of this vegetation each day. If Mother planned to make a deal with Bune, I hope she's ready to face the consequences. I am putting this research aside for a while. The creation of my labyrinth requires all my attention. I'm leaving for Scotland tomorrow. These underground tunnels should be closed up, but I'm just too curious. Cat Moon 2124. Cat Moon 2124. I don't think this has anything else to do with orpiment. Huh. That's something I had to collect somewhat recently. Cat Moon 2124. Does this have anything to do with like a swan? Or a crow? No? In the world? You can't see. What do you mean you can't see anything? It's bright as hell in here. Okay. Cat Moon 2124. I didn't notice this hole in the wall before. There's a light behind it. Some colored wires and a small broken down clock. It looks like electrical equipment. This one is the same as the one in the panel upstairs. I'm in luck. A new altar, waiting for me. It's giving me a rather oppressive feeling. What? It's Ted! What are you doing here all by yourself? Poor thing. A ladder. The ceiling might be an interesting lead. Getting this fuse out of this room won't be easy. I don't see any way out. I mean, we can't just take it out the way it came in? Don't see any openings up there. Okay. What's directly above this? The room? What? My mistake. If the light is on in here... Wait. Did that open it? She didn't say anything. Oh yeah, it opened. Oh wait, nope. There we go. So we have... what was it? Cat Moon 2124. Journal mentions Bjorn. These mixtures have taken some interesting colors. Hat and Moon is 21 and 24. I think is how that actually reads, because it's not like continuation. Air. Use air to dissipate. This cat lost his head. I hope it's not my beautiful Seth. Maybe that journal. If I go all the way back to where I brought it. Nothing. Symbols drawn on the flask. 3 concentric circles around a triangle. Oh. Can it not interact with this table? No. Strange. I feel like there was a vent. So it said something about air. Where is the vent? Need something. Try with air. This vent. This one. The vent's still clear. I can feel a light breeze coming from it. Okay. Is it you? Alright, it's just kind of hanging out there. What about you? This thick book should keep the air from coming in. Not the most noble destiny for a book. But what must be done, must be done. I'm not entirely sure what that's done. Maybe not all of these symbols need to be used. Because the poem didn't mention a key, didn't mention a raven or a swan. A full circle, a sphere, a star. But what if it's a moon? Wait, do I have notes? I have a codex. I have things and stuff. Journal? How do I bring up the codex? There we go. The moon spun round like a top. So would that have been like the full moon? New phase. So it was a full moon to crescent, from crescent to round. So, okay. Can't. Full moon. Crescent. Crescent. Oh my god. This whole time I'm sitting there thinking, like, all symbols have to be used. No. This one seems to be working. I don't think I'll be needing it, though. This goes really far down. Goodness. This cave is huge. How could all this be hidden under the manor without any of us knowing? Did father and mother know about this place? Probably not. Ooh. These plants are reacting to my presence, the feeble glow of my orb, perhaps. An old-fashioned camera and a flash to go with it. ALCR. Still waiting for my order of cleaning equipment. Estimated delay, 2 days. F5, bones cleaned and fit together. Man in his 40s. Sent for dating, probably 2nd century. Drilling for ventilation is done, botanical study about to resume. Nothing to report, equipment was delivered. Digging at the temple has resumed. Mapping of the impacts complete. They are mainly around and inside the temple. Nothing to report, nothing to report. Sudden growth of the red plants. Zones E to H completely converted. Oh, covered. Cleaning in progress. Cleaning too slow. Plants are invading the area. Simon and Hartwood moved upstairs, stopping research in G and H. What the hell is happening here? ALCR. Some thread, shovels, and something to scrape the ground with. Quite the archaeological storehouse. Archaeological. This ventilation pipe is proof that someone has been working here, maybe even living here. But who? And to what end? Archives, bunker, catacombs. Roman ruins, the temple, A through F. I can't tell what this is supposed to be. Some stones bearing chalk marks. They stand out on the wall, and it looks like they can be moved. Magnesium. Very explosive. There's gotta be an order to these. These shovels are badly rusted. No one must have used them for a long time. It looks like excavations were focused around this well, but my faint glow won't be bright enough to shed light in there. The grass is red, the same hue as the tiny tree in the laboratory. Where did these strange plants come from? Okay, we can't blow it up. Got it. I'm not an expert, but these ancient columns look like they must be Roman. What would they be doing so far underground, though? That is a great question. One I would love to find out. This report is from 1 October 1856. Did grandfather or grandmother finance these excavations? ALCR. A through F. Very explosive, but where would I want to use it? I don't know. But unfortunately, it seems like I'm all out of time for today. We will have to figure this out next time. I'll try and upload more than one video for next week. Anywho, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week and a great start to your weekend, and I'll see you next time.